I got two questions. Number one, how is it possible to have many departments of your life where you manifest, and then maybe one is it's not happening? So I'm curious to see why is that. You're either in the vortex or you're not. Therefore, I imagine all the departments should be fruitful.
Well, that seems logical. You're either in the vortex or you're not. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, some subjects cause you to be in the vortex, and some subjects cause you not to be. In other words, and while there is a sort of average that comes from it, you are literally laying pipelines for manifestations with the thoughts that you think.
Yeah.
The best example of this that we have been offering recently is the best day that Esther has experienced ever, for a point of clarification, when she was recently at the Del Mar Fair with her grandchildren. And now these are children who are almost always tuned in, tapped in, turned on. They are flying high, they are happy kids, and their lives are going especially well. But on this day, Luke, who is 7, got off on a different foot, and the whole day showed him what foot he was on. And Kate got off on a high-flying foot, and the whole day showed her. And the reason that it was so exceptional and so informational, so teaching to Esther, is because she knows these children, and she knows who they really are. She was just watching the results of their point of attraction in that day. And this is the thing that most people are not considering. They're not considering, what is my now point of attraction? You're thinking about who you are in general, or you're thinking about some future event, or you're thinking about what the past was.
Yes.
You gave us a bit of description like that.
Yes.
But the only thing that matters is, what am I doing here and now? Are my pipes open, and what are they open to right here and now? Because law of attraction is a powerful energy, a powerful energy that is offering things that match it. And so Luke, who plays basketball very, very well, couldn't get a basket in this rigged game. And it was frustrating to him, but Esther couldn't spend enough money to make it possible. 3 more balls, please. 3 more balls, please. 3 more. And Kate said, can I try? And her ball went in the first time.
Ooh,
now,
boys
you got to think about what their point of attraction were. Luke, who knows he's good at it, who was trying very hard. Kate, who doesn't care whether she's good at it or not, who thought it might be fun. And so the day unfolded with more examples than you really want to hear. But with Kate winning so many stuffed animals that they had to make a trip back to the car, there were too many to carry, and Luke saying things like, it's like they don't want me to win. Game after game after game after game was that way. And they had gone to the fair to see the Train concert, and everyone in their family was really enjoying it. And Kate was selected by one of the Train managers to go on stage with Train. And Luke knew every word to the song that they sang when Kate was on stage. And then the concert is over and the audience is applauding, and one more number please, and the band comes back out with some t-shirts to toss 3 of them, and Kate gets one of the t-shirts. It was like nothing could go wrong for Kate and nothing could go right for Luke in that particular point in time. So we want you to think about your now point of attraction, not how it's been, not how it's going, what your now point of attraction is. Your now point of attraction.
Clear.
So if you get on a high-flying disc and you do it just for the sake of being on it, not for the sake of winning the lottery, not for the sake of affecting something. You get on it because you accept that that's where you feel best. You get on it because you accept that that's your natural state of being. You get on it because that's who you are and that's how you want to feel. You get on it because you're good at getting on it. You get on it because now momentum helps you get on it. So you get on the high-flying disc, and then And then you follow your impulses. You follow your impulses about who you call. You follow your impulses about where you eat. You follow your impulses about what route you take when you're driving somewhere. You follow your impulses about everything. You follow your impulse about where you buy your lottery ticket. You follow your impulse about what game you play. You follow your impulse about what you do when you play the game. You follow your impulse because the source within you knows what you want and where you stand in relationship to it and the path of least resistance to get you there. And so we have to say to you that there is nothing off limits. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have.
I believe that.
But you have to practice yourself into the vibration of knowing that about everything. Knowing that. And so if something's not going the way you want it to, you don't get too heavy about it. You don't try to get to the bottom of it because there is no bottom. Instead you say something like, I'm going to distract myself from this because this thought doesn't feel good. The only question you want to ask yourself is, this subject, the way I've got it activated, the way I feel about it, is this a high-flying disc subject or not? End of discussion. Can I feel good? Can I fly high on my high-flying disc if I'm thinking about that? So, and you have to sort of do it. It's like by trial and error that you do it.
Yes.
You practice it. You practice yourself into believing. You practice yourself into believing what you want to believe. Now that's troubling to some people because they want to be realists. And Esther said in the beginning to us on many occasions, Abraham, that's true. It's true, and therefore I believe I should give my attention to it. And we said there are a lot of things that are true that you want, and there are a lot of things that are true that you don't want. We would be more selective than just saying that it's true. So how do you make something true? How do you make yourself the winner of the lottery? How do you make yourself the winner of the award? How do you make yourself the happiest person you know? How do you make yourself that? By focusing and feeling and focusing and feeling. But it takes a handful of premises. You got to know it's a vibrational universe, do you?
Yeah.
You got to know that you're a vibrational being. Do you know that?
Absolutely.
You got to know what your emotions mean. Do you know what your emotions mean? Your emotions are telling you what your vibrational proximity is to the things you want and to who you really are. There isn't anything else to know. You have to know that you have the ability to focus. And then most of all, and this is the part that we've really been bringing home for you today, most of all, after you know that you have the ability to focus, you have to practice your ability to focus. You have to practice the focusing. And once you practice the focusing and then see the results, and practice the focusing and see the results, and practice the focusing and see the results, in time you come to understand it doesn't matter what the object of my attention is, the universe reacts the same way. When I line up with it, when I become a vibrational match to it, then the pipeline between me and it is open, and some way, somehow, through the path of least resistance and in the timing that is perfect, I'm going to rendezvous with whatever it is. That's just the way that it works, you see. No exceptions. You're not the exception, and what you want isn't the exception. Everything that you want comes to you through that, you see.
Beautiful.
So this will be easy for you because you've already discovered self-discipline. We just want you to apply your self-discipline to your thought rather than to your action, to your thought. We want you to care about the emotional manifestation results first and foremost and last and only and middle. We want how you feel to be what matters, how you feel to be what matters, how you feel to be what matters. So that this moment and this moment and this moment, Esther so wanted Luke to know that, but she knew this was not the teaching moment. She can't teach him about alignment when he's out of alignment. And if she tries, all it would do is make him effort more and dig a bigger pipeline to what he doesn't want. That was not the teaching moment, you see. And yet, that's what most of you are, when most of you try to teach yourself something, is when you're not feeling good. You're looking for the solution. Don't look for the solution. Look for the alignment. It will bring the solution.
That's clear.
This is what we've been talking about here today. We know that a lot of you have been listening to us for a while. Some of you for a long while. And a lot of you have been reading what we've been writing and applying the processes that we've been offering. And today, it really is like pushing a reset button, because today you understand things that you didn't understand so clearly before. And we think that you have accomplished, from your personal point of view, that you want to say, I have discovered a simplicity to it that I did not know before. A simplicity to how this all works that I did not really know before. That really has been our intention in these hours that we've been talking, is that we want you to feel the simplicity of it. It's such an easy thing to awaken, refreshed, and stay there for a while. It's such an easy thing to practice good feeling thoughts and acknowledge which thoughts feel good and which thoughts don't, and then becoming more discriminating. Such an easy thing. We don't see you at the buffet, at the restaurant, putting something nasty in your mouth and then just going back for it again and again and again. We see you discriminating on what kind of an experience that you're having with it. And so that's all that we're asking for you to do here, is be discriminating about how it feels. And what you're getting at is that your ability to discriminate becomes more and more refined, and therefore more and more satisfying. When you're discriminating among faster moving energy, it is ultimately more satisfying than when you're discriminating among slower moving energy. But you can't jump from negative emotion to positive emotion. You can only jump to negative emotion to something that's less negative, to something that's less negative, to something that's less negative, unless you do it the first thing in the morning. This is the simplicity that we are bringing to you. In other words, there are hard ways of going about this, and there are easy ways of going about this. The easy way of going about this is to just accept that you are a worthy being. But you're not ready to do that because you've been practicing other thoughts that don't allow you to do that. So we're sort of showing you how to come in the back door of finding that feeling that feels good, and then just milking it for a little while until you're stable in that emotion, and then watch what comes from that. When we say you are the deliberate creator of your experience, you have often thought that what we mean by that is that you will sit and think powerful thoughts chronically, steadily, that you, in other words, you take your same action-oriented work ethic to thinking that you've been applying to action. But we're wanting you to understand that with thought, it's different. With thought, you're reaching for ease. With thought, you're reaching for the ease of thought. You're reaching for ease in thought. Because it's only when you are feeling ease in thought that you're actually vibrationally up to speed with the object of your desire. So, if you find yourself struggling or trying, what you want to do is stop and say, I'm efforting here. I'm wanting to, I think I'll just let this subject aside for a little bit while I focus upon something that I can do something about. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would go through our day with this powerful intention. I'm on my way to work, and I'm going to enjoy the transfer there as much as I possibly can. I'm about to have lunch. I'm going to choose the best feeling thing that I can think of, and I'm going to eat it in the most delightful space that I have available to me. And if you just keep reaching for that, some of you are worried that your employers won't like it, or you think that there are things that you need to do, that you must do. Esther said to us a few weeks ago, in a rather pronounced statement of forcefulness, Abraham, I know you want me to be on my high-flying disc, and then, but there are things I need to do today whether I'm on my high-flying disc or not. And that's what we want all of you to get over. We don't want you to any longer make excuses about why you're not on your high-flying disc. We want that to be your dominant intention. Do you accept the existence of it? Do you understand that it's a vibrational state of being? Do you understand that the thoughts that you present are what equal where you are in relationship to it? Do you understand that your emotions will guide you there? Do you understand that momentum, that when you get on a high-flying disc and you become more specific, that the momentum will really please you? Do you understand that when you're on a low-flying disc and you become more specific, that the momentum will not please you? Do you think that your emotions are active enough within you that you can tell whether you want to pursue something or not? Do you think that you have the self-discipline to draw back from something that has momentum that is taking you to where you do not want to go? Do you think that you have the patience to reach for this high-flying disc? Do you think that you're willing to give it a week or 2 or 3 to see what happens? Are you expectant of positive results to come back to you? Do you believe that what you think and feel and what manifests are always the same? Are you looking forward to the revelations, the manifestations, the demonstrations of your improved thought?